Welcome to Rise Studio School and thank you for taking your time to talk to me. It's been said that Labour are planning on scrapping GCSEs and replacing them with one baccalaureate. Is this true, and if so, what was the reason upon this decision?
Well, I think the education we're seeing here at the Rise Studio School points to some of the changes and trends that are happening in education as young people at the age of 14 begin to think about the pathways they're going to pursue, and those could be university pathways, they could be more technical vocational pathways, and if over time we're getting to a participation age in education training, which means people are in college, they're learning till they're 18, 19, in the long run you begin to think about the viability of a school leaving exam at 16. So what we in the Labour Party have said is that when we're in office, we want to begin a conversation which maybe in 10 or 15 years' time, we'll be beginning to think about new ways of delivering what's called upper secondary education. But for all the teachers watching, that's no change now, don't worry, we've had enough chop and change, but in the long term, that's something we could think about.
It's been said that Labour, here at Rise Studio School we work with industry professionals as our learning coaches who have helped us gain the knowledge we need to go into the career path that we desire. What is your views on unqualified teachers?
Well, why don't we hear from Sarah first because she has incredible expertise on business and education working together.
I think one of the best things that we have about Hastings and Rye and all of our areas around here is that we've got really willing businesses that want to come and work with education, with school leavers, but also with places like Rye Studio School. We see that with the creative industries. We also see that with our high vacuum technology industries, where we've seen them work with Sussex Coast College to develop a course specifically for the industries that we have here. And I think this is a perfect example of how our businesses locally and our schools can work together.
And what we've said about unqualified teachers is that we want people with all sorts of expertise in media, in fashion, in photography to come into schools and to help schools. But when it comes to the delivery of a qualification and the delivery of a curriculum, we want teachers to be qualified or working towards qualified teacher status, because having subject knowledge is one thing, being able to teach students is another, and actually you need some training to be able to deliver that.
Year 13 students will soon be going off to university, and the one thing that is currently an issue for them is the price to actually attend a university. What are Labour's future plans on university fees?
Labour's future plans are beautiful and succinct, and they are to cut tuition fees from £9,000 a year to £6,000 a year beginning in September 2016. So my advice is to take a year off and then begin your studies in September 2016.
Well, it's well over a decade since I left university and I'm still paying off my student loans. So anything that we can do to reduce the amount of student loans that people are going to be leaving university with, then I'm all for it. And I think Labour's plans to reduce it by an extra £3,000 a year will make a big difference to people.
Labour are planning on abolishing the free school meal programme. What is the reason for this decision?
No, we're not going to abolish free school meals. We're going to abolish the free school programme. Which is the way of delivering schools, which doesn't really take account much of need. So in parts of the country where we've got an ever greater demand for places, they're not getting the schools they need. Whereas free schools are often situated in areas where there's no shortage of places. But we're very pro, before this goes viral, free school meals. We'll stick with that.
It's been said that Labour are planning on making maths and English compulsory until the age of 18. Why is this exactly?
Well, I think from an industry perspective...
Well, I mean, I spoke to the Federation of Small Businesses last week and they said to me that maths and English for them are really key, and what they need is people ready for the workplace, and those are two fundamental points. I mean, we've been the birthplace of industry in Hastings and the surrounding areas. We're the birthplace of television. We had Alan Turing studying here, grandfather of computer science, and even though industry has moved on, we still need those basics.
This is what we call a geographical land grab from Stoke-on-Trent, which was the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, near to where Alan Turing did his work in Manchester. But the point is, keeping English and maths to 18 gives young people the skills that they need for the future. And it's not a question of just doing your GCSEs over and over again. It's actually applied, functional, directed English and maths, which are going to give you the qualifications and the skills you need.
Well, thank you for taking your time to talk to us here at Wright Studio School, and I hope you've enjoyed your day here.
Fantastic, thank you.
Thank you.
Cut.
Hello guys.